Welcome to the Berlinale 2022 with Scandinavian Films. I'm Wendy Mitchell. I'm so happy to be here with the team from Nest, some of the team from Nest. We have the director Hlynur Palmason and the actress Ida Mekkin Hlynsdottir. Thank you for being here with us. Nest is a really remarkable film. Ida, can I ask you to tell everybody what it's about?
The film is about three kids making a treehouse in their backyard. Garden.
Cool.
That's
it, and that's the beauty of it. And Ida, this is also your dad, we should say, Hlynur, and you also starred in his film A White, White Day. So what do you like about acting, especially with your dad directing, or does it ever get stressful that it's your dad telling you what to do?
I just like about what I love about acting is that you don't always have to be yourself. You can always change into another character, and I find that very interesting. And it's very good to have my dad as the director because it's more comforting than having someone that I don't really know telling me how to do it, and so that's
great. Let's let your dad speak for a little bit. Hlynur, where did the idea for this film come from? Did it start with the kids? Did it start with you? And how did it evolve?
I think it started because we had fellow filmmakers been working on a couple of projects, and I felt that there was the distance between an idea and shooting it was so long. For example, the last project, like you start up with an idea, you're working on it, and then it goes like 6 or 8 years, and then you're editing it. So I wanted something that was more impulsive, like something closer. So you get a trigger, you get an idea, and you want to do it now, and you can just go in the back garden with your camera and film it. So I think it was that, playing with that, and also just capturing things that happened. Like if a storm came, you could capture it on film, or if there were birds or animals around you, you could sort of capture that, and not 3 years later,
Immediacy of it. And yeah, we go through very much the seasons. How did you decide the visual style of the film? Because it's sort of a set, static camera, and then we see events being built and unfolding in front of us throughout very different seasons and weather.
Yeah, I think there are sort of layers. One layer is the seasons, day and night, winter, autumn, summer, and spring. And I think that was a very important layer, because it sort of there's so much narrative in that, and there's so much to capture. There's so much life, and surprises, So that was a very important layer in the film. And then there was the narrative, which was the kids, the three kids, and that was sort of open because we didn't really know, we didn't really have an end, and I still don't have an end. I'm still filming. So it's like I don't know what it. I think I'll keep, if it's worth exploring and it's exciting, if it surprises you, I think I'll just keep shooting. But then probably one day I'll get tired of it, and yeah.
Or one day the kids are going to get tired. They're going to outgrow this playhouse.
There's probably more of a They will probably get tired. True.
Yeah. And so, Ida, could I ask you because you're working with, it's twin brothers that are also in the film with you, and did you guys help sort of shape the story, or were you just sort of doing the treehouse thing and the story comes out of that?
So it was kind of just a free thing. We just did what we did, and then some of it was scripted, of course, and then we just it was just natural. It was just us in the treehouse, kind of.
What's your favorite, if you can remember that year, what was your favorite moment that you like in the film or that you remembered from the treehouse?
It's probably one of the scenes where we're like talking and laughing. That's because it's just like both the scene is also like the scene is very, because it's just a happy kind of thing, and like I remember that especially like just talking with your brothers over there in the treehouse about something like that they'd watched on YouTube or something. So it's just it's the most like happy thing.
It's organically happy. You feel some joy in there. And Hlynur, I don't want to spoil the film totally for people who haven't seen it, but there's a moment that happens, and we all go, you know, we all sort of gasp. Was that a scripted moment? Was that a real moment?
No, thank God it wasn't a completely real moment. But I think there was, you know, I think every time you make something, you sort of discover or find out that you're afraid of some things. You know, you have fears and you have, you know, wants and needs. And I think that was one of the fears I had building it and sort of doing it. So I think it just naturally became part of the narrative. And it wasn't scripted. It came very late. I think we had been shooting for a year. And then I thought like, yeah, I think someone, you know, yeah, I think this happens, you know. And so it was like a natural process of finding out what will happen, and it was done like quite professionally and technically. So it was safe and nobody got hurt.
Good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
And what's it been like here in Berlin? Because obviously a White Day was in Cannes. I saw you both in Cannes, and nice sunny festival. It's a bit colder here. And I think Winter Brothers showed at Locarno and some other festivals, but had you ever shown any of your films here in Berlin?
No, this is actually just the second time I'm in Berlin, I think. And the first time I came with my wife, it was actually during Berlinale, but we weren't even, we were just in Berlin, you know. And it was so cold that they were like, they put up oil barrels, you know, inside a church with fire inside. It was like really, really cold. And we've talked about it before. We've never been in such a cold place. So it was it made an impact. So I always wanted to go back to Berlin, but it's quite different now. It's much warmer, and for me it's not that cold, and it's quite nice.
Yeah, there's a beautiful sunny day for your premiere.
Yeah.
And Ida, were you nervous to see the film on this big screen with real people, or did you enjoy it?
No, I was not nervous at all. I've seen it before, like, and I really liked it. So I was just happy to see the reaction that the people in the you know, the
Just
police,
the audience at the cinema.
the audience,
yeah.
yes. And so I was just happy about it.
Good. I heard there was a lot of laughs and a lot of applause there. Ida, do you think you will keep being an actress, or do you think you might want to direct your own films one day?
I really want to keep acting. This is something that I want to do. My dad has been pushing me to try to direct a film, but I just don't think I would make that.
Well, you're only 13 and a bit, so you still have time to decide. And Hlynur, are you also working on other long projects as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're always, you know, working parallel on a couple of projects, and while we were making this one, we were also shooting another one, a feature. So yeah, we have a lot of projects going on, and but they're very different stages. And I would love to make more short films if it's possible. You know, it's a tricky format to take seriously financially. It's a tricky format to find money. So it's a really creative, and it's a really explorative form, you know, in a way, if I can say that, if that's even a word. If it's very, it gives you the chance to explore a form that is often quite difficult in a feature. But it's something you can use, you know, sort of if you're working on a feature, you can sort of explore it with a short film. And I think that's what I'm doing without knowing it, but I can sort of feel it, that's what I'm doing in a way.
I mean, I just think this is a very perfect short I don't say that much about shorts I see, but it's just this contained story and world, and it works on its own terms, and it's just a huge accomplishment. So I want to say congrats on Nest. Thank you for joining us here in Berlin. We hope to see you in many more films, Ida, and with or without your dad. You don't have to just stick with him. But thanks for joining us, and congrats on Nest.
Thank you.
Thanks.